you think? Welcome to AFIS Celebrity Spotlight. I'm Nancy J. Indie Film's Golden Boy, Paul Schneider, has seen his star rise from conquering Sundance to a slew of well-chosen, more mainstream TV and film roles. Do you know I'm talking about you?
I thought this was Plumbers Today.
His new film, Bright Star, features him protecting the interests of the poet John Keats. And of course, Bright Star is anything but plumbing. Thank you so much for being with us.
I appreciate the chance to come.
This is great. And I did not recognize you one bit in Bright Star.
Good. I mean, that's good.
And you should say good. I mean, wouldn't that be your accent?
I don't, oh God, I don't know. I couldn't remember. I need so much help with that accent. And it was something very, it was something that I wanted to get right, because the minute Americans start doing accents, you know, we're shooting in the UK and you just don't want to be the weak link.
I had such a dream last night. I was floating above the trees, with my lips connected to those of a beautiful figure.
Whose lips? Were they my lips? I'm not sure he really likes me.
Mr. Keats knows he cannot like you. He has no living and no income.
He was a dreamer.
Have you got John Keats's poem book?
My sister has met the author, and she wants to read it for herself to see if he's an idiot or not.
She was a realist.
All I wear, I've sewn and designed myself.
Interim out. Poet's got to do a bit of writing.
My stitching has more merit and admirers than your two scribblings put together. And I can make money from it.
But every word he wrote inspired the rapture of first love.
A thing of beauty is a joy forever. Its loveliness increases. It will never pass into nothingness.
Besides doing the films, you have episodic television.
Yeah, apparently.
Parks and Recreation got picked up again, right?
It did.
So you're going to be there again.
I'm there. And that's sort of that's interesting, because TV is such a different world than these very finite 3-month periods where you go and you make this film and this group of people comes together for a limited period of time, and we're all going for this one very specifically defined goal. And I was talking to my mom on the phone, and she was asking me the difference between film and television, and I think, to me, I told her it's sort of like being like a minor league baseball player and feeling pretty good about your right field skills, and then you show up at your next gig, and it's not baseball, it's cricket. So it's like, well, it's kind of like baseball, a little bit throwing, a little bit of batting, and that sort of was like my, that was my feeling walking into the world of Parks and Recreation. I mean, it's akin to filmmaking, but it's a different animal.
From Academy Award winner Jane Campion comes a romance that would live forever.
I get anxious if I don't see her.
When I don't hear from him, it's as if I've died. As if the air is sucked out from my lungs. Mr. Keats is very brilliant.
Was it successful?
You taught me to love. You never said only the rich.
I must warn you, the trap that you're walking into, John. You'll lose your freedom permanently. For what?
You are already the source of so much gossip.
Apparently there's nothing I can do to persuade you of the gravity of this situation. We must cut the threads.
No, I can't. I never will.
You know I would do anything.
It is a game. It is a game to her. There is a holiness to the heart's affections. You know nothing of that.
Based on the true story of a brilliant poet and the bright star who was his shining light.
I almost wish we were butterflies and lived but 3 summer days. 3 such days with you I could fill with more delight than 50 common years could ever contain.
This is Twilight without the vampires.
I mean, it's Twilight with English poets, you know what I mean? And I after I saw the film for the first time, I went to, Jane and I had a conversation about what I felt, and I just hadn't remembered seeing a film that illustrated how crazy it feels to fall in love for the first time, you know, and being young, and you know, these chemicals are shooting off in your brain, and everything is sort of life and death, and it's very dramatic, and you know, your parents think you're crazy, and you feel crazy, and I remember, you know, getting out of that screening, and you know, you sort of like, you know, look on your phone, and you just like see all these names of these people that you used to sort of have relationships with, and it sort of it makes you think about all that crazy crazy stuff.
It does. Well, it's well done. So far your career's going very, very well, so thank you very much.
I appreciate you saying it.
Look for Parks and Recreation, Away We Go, and Bright Star in your Power Zone.